My trading group has 1,702 members. I want to give a few shout outs to my trading group. CBC, thank you so much. I'm up $13,000 this week. Your group's amazing. I made $47,000 in April because of your setups. This person's up 2,400, 1,500, 647%. This person doubled my money after a phone call that we had just yesterday. This person said, I woke up and I had 73% gains in data. Thank you. I woke up with 58% gains while I was sleeping. Another $1,000. That's $4,000 in 7 days. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody's calling out breakouts, posting charts, working together to trade this market. I've got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading at all, nothing, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. Number one reason why people join my trading group is I post profitable trading setups every single day, and we've been killing it. If you guys want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. You pay for 6 months in crypto, you get a 20% discount. You pay for the year in crypto, you get an additional month for free and a 30% discount. If you do want to pay with a card month to month on a monthly basis, you can do so. There's a Patreon link that's in the description. This is Tezos up 72%. You can see here's the setup posted. Here's 52% out of link. Again, bought the breakout down here. Here's the setup. Here's Ethereum, 57% gains out of Ethereum. Here's the setup. Bitcoin Cash broke out 60% gains over time. I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want you to smash the like button for me. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what number like you were. Helps me with the YouTube algorithms, helps me grow the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you want to make sure you're very successful in the cryptocurrency space, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to keep you up to date daily on everything that's important to pay attention to in this space. Jumping right into the market today in crypto. Sideways for Bitcoin, red day for altcoins. And we really need to dissect what's actually happened here. You know, Bitcoin drops, it's down less than 1%. Altcoins down 3, 4, 5%. Bitcoin dominance took off and is increasing. And we're going to talk about why that's so important and what it means. This is the Bitcoin 3-day chart. We covered this idea yesterday, and a lot of it played out correctly. So we talked about this upper trend line of this giant triangle we've been in since 2017. The price action came up here and basically tapped about the $9,500 level. Okay, so real close to the upper trend line. Just kind of depends on how you draw it. So I guess the question is will we get one of these blow off tops over here where you see the really long wick to the upside, or is this it? Now this is printing on the 3-day chart a doji, right, which means indecision. Now we've got an amazingly bullish monthly candle close coming, and that's going to happen in about 22 minutes. Asia's waking up, daily candles close. Expect some volume to come in the market real soon, probably obviously after I get this video uploaded, edited, and whatnot. So keep that in mind. Asia's going to wake up. They're going to look at this market and they're going to think, hey, are we going to buy the dip? Listen, so our CME gap got filled to 91.25. We're going to talk about that. Psychological resistance, we're below there, 9,000. We got above the $9,000 level, which is a 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level, but we weren't able to hold it as far as the 3-day chart goes. Remember your 9,500, 9,650 levels we were talking about, and that's basically where we topped out at thus far. Now, key levels of support to watch. Make notes on this. Write this down. 8,500, 8,330, and below that, 8,000 is also psychological support. Okay, so you can see Bitcoin had some amazing price moves. Let's zoom in a little bit. This is 4-hour Bitcoin chart. This is a bullish scenario. Remember, trading is not predicting, right? TA is not a crystal ball. It's an if-then statement. If this happens, we could expect this outcome. If this happens, this is the outcome. That's going to be highly probable. Here we are. So this measured move is not Chris made up this number. It's, hey, this is the distance of the open end of this pattern, the open end of this rising wedge. What we're looking for, you got some bearish ideas here. Possible bearish MACD cross, move to the downside. RSI is still close to overbought. Potentially, some downside based on this idea. But I want you to pay attention to the reaction when the price action hits this yellow upper trend line, which is also this 8,500 support level. Okay, Okay, if the bulls can put in a bounce here, this is going to bring buyers into the market. Smart money, they don't buy the top up here. They don't buy the top. They wait for the pullback, right? That's where they're waiting down here. Let the price come to us, right? Yeah, I always say, hey, don't chase these coins. Let the trades come to you. Let the price action come back to you, right? And so how far is this price action going to potentially retrace before buyers come into the market? Now, it has potentially retested it, but it hasn't really been doing a whole lot. Now, 20 minutes, count down. Your busiest times of day as far as volume trading this market is 12 a.m. UTC and 12 p.m. UTC, okay? After these, the daily candle close and the 12-hour candle closes. So keep that in mind. Now, if it breaks below this, yeah, there's some potential downside. You know, we could see 7,800 over time. Is this the Bitcoin halving? Everybody wants to know, is this it? Is this the end of the run-up? We have to take it level by level, day by day. We're gathering data constantly. Let's zoom in to what's going on right in this little one candle. Zoom in for a bullish scenario. Now, so you got this little inverse, complex inverse head and shoulders down here on the 5-minute time frame. Now, there is no perfect time frame, right? There's a time frame that's going to work with your strategy. If you're trading high leverage trades, you're a day trader, you're looking at small little swings, small little patterns on the 5-minute time frame, you're not going to have huge moves here. But moves start on the smaller time frames, right? Whatever happens on larger time frames always wins, okay? But again, watching this could be the catalyst for a move higher. If it doesn't break above this trend line, you have to assume there's continued downside based on this next idea I'm going to talk to you about. So 9,300 is a target or measured move. This doesn't say, hey, Chris thinks this is going to happen. I trade what I see on the charts, right? Leave my opinions out of it, my biases, put those aside. At the end of the day, here's what has to happen for the bulls. You see this previous high, 9,400? Okay, for this to be an uptrend, for it to continue, the bulls need to put in a high higher than 9,400, right? This price action doesn't move in straight lines. It moves in waves. Impulse wave, correction, impulse wave, correction, impulse wave, correction, impulse wave, correction. Now it starts putting in lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Downtrend has started on the 5-minute time frame. Some of this doesn't even show up hardly on a 4-hour time frame. Definitely doesn't show up on a 3-day time frame. None of this even shows up. In the advantage that I find with the lower time frames is you're able to catch the moves when they first start. Okay, so, and again, if you're not trading with high leverage, maybe this isn't something you want to consider, but for this idea, which will be valid, this higher high, which will be valid on the other time frames, it all starts here. Okay, so will this complex inverse head and shoulders play out to the upside? We'll see. Basically, I woke up to this. I think in 48 hours, I got about 7 hours sleep total, 8 hours sleep total, right? We had this rising wedge, right? When it breaks to the downside, if you guys don't know anything about trading and TA at all, just draw some lines on these charts. And if you could just draw this line, once this trend line breaks, there's going to be some downside. Okay, again, 30-minute chart, so this is not this huge move to the downside. Now it's considerable because after it broke, 9,100 saw 8,600. But understanding this, and I talk about the MACD constantly to you guys, it's amazing. Look at this. See this blue vertical line? The MACD sell signal on the 30-minute time frame was given right here. It almost nailed the top again. This one free indicator to everybody out there. You don't want to solely trade on it. You had a rising, broadening wedge. So there's other bearish ideas. Now, there was some possible bullish divergence, and their RSI is close to oversold, and so you kind of fell down here and you got this bounce. But again, the bounce didn't necessarily amount to anything yet. Okay, so just painting this picture. What's happening on the shorter time frames, the pullback, the potential start of a bounce. And again, if it doesn't break above here, doesn't even matter. This validates the idea, right? This is something that I want you to pay attention to again. This is RSI. Again, free indicator, easy to learn. Now, this is based on the idea that we see huge retraces. If you look right here, I hope you can see that behind my head, this blue line right here, the RSI was very overbought. Okay, and so we're trying to figure out, are we going to get a retrace based on this idea? And we did. Okay, so if you go back and you look at previous price action, Again, RSI gets extremely high here, pulls back, but then it does continue higher. On this occasion, again, overbought levels for your RSI. RSI gets pegged up here above 70, close to 80. You get this pullback. Above 80, you get this pullback. Above 80, you get this pullback. Here we are, way above 80, 91. Will we get the pullback? Now, compare this to what happened in 2019, where this you kind of got this signal on 3 occasions, but the price kept running up. There's a hype, FOMO, rally type situation that does happen. How does this compare to the run up? This is 2019. This is the run up to 14,000. Parabolic price gains change things. Okay, so is this the end of the halving run up? Watch this. Here's what happened. So you got this, again, you get a small pullback and then it explodes again. Then you see the price action pulls back. RSI shoots up to extreme overbought levels. And then you get a pullback, and then it happens again. So you had it happen on 3 occasions, but afterwards the price continued higher. So my question is to you, is the Bitcoin halving hype the same driving force as the move to 14,000? I feel like a lot of retail were jumping right into the market because of this idea. Retail, I'm saying, over the past few days. I saw the Tether market cap has stayed 6.4, 6.3, $6.2 billion. Like this, all this is potentially institutional money. Retail is scared of Tether, right? There's no Tether on Coinbase, right? They use other stable coins. So I don't think that accounted for it. Then we have to pair that with the idea that Coinbase went down for a period of time yesterday. That tells you, obviously, they had more volume there that they couldn't handle. Binance had tons of volume. They were able to handle it. These are retail, primarily retail platforms. You had pros trade there on Binance, Coinbase, but a lot of the pros trade OTC, right? Big buys, big sells. And so, but the Tether is used by a lot of institutions and smart money as a hedge. And we didn't see this drop. So that's the idea. Hey, this is new money coming into the market. And I can see this based on everybody, like I talked about. They're reaching out to me. I'll show you this gentleman from a while ago, from February the 21st. And this is just, hey, shout out to Andy. This is in Manchester. Bitcoin sold here. Well, shout out to Terry Robinson. He hits me up and he's like, Chris, where did you see this? I'm looking to buy crypto. Thanks. Okay, I posted this in February. Anyway, so I posted this a while ago, and all of a sudden people were like, Chris, dude, where do I get crypto? I'm trying to get, where is this at? In Manchester. Obviously, I didn't necessarily even take this picture because it was a shout out. Hey, this is in Manchester. I don't live in Manchester, right? But the point is, I get this all the time right now. Everybody's like, dude, I got to get in. I got to get more. I got to get it. How do I get it? I don't even know. Just tell me how to get it. Everybody wants to know. And so I feel like retail led a lot of this price bump as far as Bitcoin goes. This is the most important thing I want you to get out of today's video. That after we get this halving behind us, which will happen here, there is, and this is this Bitcoin stock to flow model, there is life-changing money, tremendous upside. If it continues at the pace it has been, we're looking at $100,000 Bitcoin at some point. Then, if it continues at that rate, you're talking 300,000. I mean, Bitcoin's prices are going to be outrageous, cutting the supply in half. Remember, if demand stays just the same, and we know it's going to go up, price is going to increase. You have to feel good every day about being in this space, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to keep you guys up to date daily. Real quick, if you haven't subscribed to me on Twitter, please do so. cryptobtc_Chris. I try to keep everybody up to date as possible. I'm able to tweet things a lot faster than I only make these YouTube videos one time per day. Bitcoin futures hit the highest volume since Black Thursday. Bitcoin futures do not affect the price directly as far as Bitcoin goes. Just remember, Bitcoin futures is like paper trading, right? There's no Bitcoin that actually changes hands. Now, people manipulate the price of Bitcoin in order to move this market so that their futures contract, so they make money in futures, trading futures. And you can make sure your futures, you're very profitable trading futures if you hold a bunch of Bitcoin, because you can move the price of Bitcoin based on this idea. Now, speaking of futures, this is a Bitcoin CME futures chart. Price action, spot price action, does seem to follow the futures price action. Bitcoin CME futures gap was filled. So you can see we had this run up, this measured move target of 9,700 we talked about yesterday. We got within $140 of that. Not bad. Now, the same question is, are we going to get this retest and a bounce? Are we going to get this retest and a move and a continuation higher towards 10,100, 10,500? Main thing is, use your stop losses. Let the price action decide if you're going to stay in these trades. I had so many people reach out to me, and they were so excited because people that watch the channel, people in group, people on Twitter, and they said, hey, for the first time ever, I did it, Chris. I took profits. I did what you said, and it feels amazing. Because some people were like, dude, I nailed the top. I sold it, 9,100 or 9,200. And then if they wanted to buy in, they could potentially buy more Bitcoin. And that's what this market's about. Being a holder is effective. If that's your strategy, I respect it. You have a plan. However, I feel and I've found a better way that works for me. And I think that it makes sense to compound your profits over time. Data shows $1,000 Bitcoin price gains are followed by a 38% drawdown. And so this would be the concern. Like, you get these huge moves to the upside, and then retracements are part of it, right? That's just how it's made. But you have to have this point. That's where technical analysis comes in. Like, if we get this bounce here, then potentially that's your make or break, right? We're going to bounce here. This pattern for these essential measured move or the continuation to the upside, there needs to be a bounce. And I've got an idea at the end that I'm going to share with you guys that a lot of people are talking about, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. And it's really bullish hopium, but let's dissect that as well. Make sure and watch the video to the end. A lot of people are trying to figure out what's going on with the altcoins. Crypto market rally cools, but Bitcoin stands pat. And again, you've got your Bitcoin dominance is increasing. Crypto analyst, Bitcoin sell-off coming. Here's why Ethereum, XRP, and altcoin market may rise in the short term. I would say it depends on the trading pair. And I want you to understand that there's a time when you want to trade altcoins, and there's a time when you want to trade Bitcoin. And you have to know there's a difference. Your alt BTC pairs are going to get hit hard with Bitcoin spikes, right? Alt BTC pairs perform well. It's easy to outperform USDT. So all your USDT paired altcoins, it's easy to outperform USDT because it's a stable coin. It's pegged at $1. With Bitcoin, Bitcoin goes up 15%. Your altcoins are going to take a hit, right? Because your alt BTC pairs are compared to Bitcoin at that point. So, but it's important to know that until people are confident that Bitcoin's going to continue in a pattern where it's stable, you're not going to see these alt BTC pairs perform very well. This daily Bitcoin dominance update. We want to see an altcoin season. If you're an altcoin trader, an altcoin holder, if you like life-changing money in a very short period of time, altcoins are the way to do it. They move exponentially compared to the price of Bitcoin. What I want to show you here is these green Bitcoin dominance falling is when the altcoins cycle higher. So all of your life-changing money in your altcoins comes in these green moves to the downside. And so Bitcoin has had this huge spike and altcoins shut off. Now we're looking for this move to the downside. Now there's this possible inverse head and shoulders. If Bitcoin breaks higher, potentially that's not a good sign for the altcoin. So again, this is something that you want to check daily. You want to approach this market based on the altcoin weather. It changes day to day, sometimes a couple times a day. Now, this is a good indicator of what the altcoins are going to do as well. Altcoin BTC pairs. This is the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. Now, you've got a pretty bullish idea here. This is inverse head and shoulders. This is a bullish pattern. If this happens, this is a good gauge, a good measure of what all the altcoins are going to do. Okay, so we need Ethereum BTC on the weekly time frame to break above this trend line. If that happens, there'll be considerable upside for Ethereum, and Ethereum's the largest altcoin by market cap, and the other altcoins will follow. Okay, these alt BTC pairs, they've got a upcycle coming, and we're going to see some amazing gains out of these guys, and I'll keep you guys updated. This is the USDT paired LTC chart. And again, a lot of these USDT paired altcoins look like this, and these are very dependent on Bitcoin. They're going to move with BTC, okay? And so there's a lot of overhead resistance right here. Potentially this is a setup. If it doesn't break out, then you're not buying into Litecoin. But if it does, you know, you've got some upside. $56, $63, $68. This is not, I think it's going to $68. We're going to take it level by level. At first, it has to break above here, which means Bitcoin has to act right. Bitcoin, that upside for Bitcoin needs to play out. Then once we get here, it's really about a retest, a bounce here, and then we're looking at this first level target of $56. Okay, and then we have to reassess from there. This is a daily time frame, so you zoom in, you find the smaller patterns and smaller time frames in order to get your bearings as far as continued upside. The whole time, you got to pay attention to what Bitcoin's doing. This market, Bitcoin's like the puppet master. All these altcoins are, if you've ever traded anything else, any other market, this is very unique because you're constantly watching Bitcoin. The entire crypto market moves based on what Bitcoin's doing. So when Bitcoin's moving sideways, doing nothing, these alt BTC pairs take off. But now this is a little bit of hopium, and I want you guys to consider this idea, but I wouldn't go all in based on it for sure. You have to think, okay, certain things are probable and certain things are possible. So this is possible based on this idea. It's technically complex inverse head and shoulders, but there might be a couple more moves to the downside. Let me show you this. So at the end of the day, after we get through this halving, at some point we're going to break out. The Bitcoin's going to break out of this huge triangle. Bull run starts there, period. Bull run trigger, that's it. We're going to retrace another time or two, put in some more shoulders on this inverse head and shoulder, complex inverse head and shoulders pattern. We break 14,000, you know, we're way up here, right? We're potentially, we've already broken out. You know, you have to assume that there, over time, long term, there's a pullback in store. Now, will we get one more explosive move to the upside? I will keep you updated on this idea. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, watch the videos. If you like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.